Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Ittle Dew 2 Plus. Let's continue. So, we're in the next dungeon, which is just some guy's basement. We did so much as far as looking around the overworld. It feels like we've overdone the overworld and underdone the main story sections. We have an item detector on top of a boss detector now in our map. I imagine we might even get a third level to our detector that tells us how to tells us where to go specifically for certain just shows us the whole map. That's what I mean to say. I guess this is a flooded basement level more than a water level. We're gonna have these fish-like creatures appear and attack us by the looks of it, and maybe we won't run into too many side areas. And we're still kind of wondering, like, how am I supposed to hit that? That's odd. So either we're gonna get some new ability. Do these whirlpools just kill us? Yes. Alright, so these whirlpools are effectively the ground problems that we've run into before. It seems like this game just embraces a level of cruelty with its requirements to fall over into an edge. I really don't feel like when playing a Zelda game, if you're a decent Zelda player, you run into that as an issue anywhere as much as we have seen it here. This is rather ridiculous. And we'll just hit all of these walls to see if there's some secret passage. More and more we're seeing puzzles that seem to very much center around this idea. Crystals can be pushed. Thanks for reminding me. That being said, if crystals can be pushed, I mean, I can hit that, and I can do this and that, but I'll have to run fairly quickly. Let's see. Yeah. And oddly, this is like the first time I've had to go into a room like this to double check. Yeah, crystals can be pushed, but in reality, something like that would have to really be done. I'd have to put a grenade there. I don't know if there was a puzzle to that. We're getting to the point where sometimes it just doesn't feel like there actually is a puzzle, and more it is just a case of, do you have the abilities? And if you don't have the abilities, you're just gonna have to move faster and struggle with them. Each one of these little caves, one of these dungeons, has been a bit more difficult and had a little bit more to it from a previous world. Interestingly, we can see keys and skeleton keys are separate, and this guy, or this girl, It's kind of funny. You have creatures that look like they might be male creatures, and then anything humanoid in this game is a Ginny, and effectively at that point is just a female character. So it does seem almost segregated, for lack of a better term, due to the fact that they felt like they wanted to have strong female characters, and they've gone so far in that direction that now they're excluding male characters. See, I don't know how you would have been able to open it from that side. I don't want to go, by the way. The other direction. If we look to the map on the right, there isn't actually a chest in this room, so you could use that as a hint. See, there's a trick here where if we had the freeze ray, we'd be able to freeze that, and then we would be able to, I don't know what at that point. That's where it gets confused, certainly. And if I can't go down this way, then I have to run back this way, which means I have to run back this direction. Well, the store is open now, which means I can do that and go this way. We've got a couple of, I can't see what they are even. Are they skeletons? Yeah, I think they're skeletons. Skeletons with cannon heads, which is what Ittle said she wanted to see, and seemingly has now decided, the game has decided to give her. And I would say it's fairly impossible to know whether the skeletons are male or female if we're going to go down that route, but I would say unless you're specifically attempting to depict a skeleton as a female, it tends to look very much like a male. So now we've got another checkpoint. A door open. Interesting. Another key. I guess the idea is to use all the keys if you can. Do not pet the mines. Thanks for letting me know. So now we've got little cannonballs that either miraculously missed me or I miraculously missed them. Still a ridiculous amount of damage. These guys are bullet sponges. And while I kind of like the idea of hitting A lot to kill enemies and just going crazy with it and being silly, I I kind of only want to have to do that on sub bosses or big bosses. I feel like, particularly since I have easy fights on, I should be continuously getting a 1-2 hit scenario. Just look at how much damage this guy's taking with the cannons and such, and it's still not killing him. I don't even think I need to fight all of these guys. Let's go in here. Note to self, dungeons are harder when taken out of order, but makes the dungeons I skipped faster to complete. Yeah. I don't feel like this game really plays that well if you played it like that. I don't think any kind of dungeon Legend of Zelda clone particularly plays well if you've designed it so that you won't have to. I want to have to play the game in the order intended, even if the order intended is kind of hidden from me. Here goes. If I don't ask, I won't have to know. This is like a half mermaid, half whatever. Hang in there, little guy. There's a rat on a sinking ship, it looks like. The opposing fortress guard a treasure. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. Let's see. Do this, and this, and this, and then that, and it blows up, and it doesn't really matter. I feel like this puzzle probably would have been a lot harder, but it's probably not that much harder. Let's see. The main trick here, I think, would have been to do something along the lines of this, and that, and then that, and then that, then blow that up, and then let's see, this and that to blow it up. Yep. I'm particularly wasting time at this point just to ensure that I've done everything. This game is just too small to justify missing out on a lot of this stuff. Although this one is kind of a nightmare scenario. Yeah, I'm not sure it's really worth your time to do that. Particularly since I had all those skeleton keys, but whatever. We did it. And that guy's just upside down dead, I assume. And up here, we have another treasure chest. We now have the blue headband level 3. We now have a chance of instantly defeating weak enemies. Hey bird, what's down? But I doubt that guy would classify as a weak enemy, would I? Would he? Considering just the massive amount of damage I'm having to do to him. Two hits there. A blue heart, which didn't fill us completely up. Red heart, red heart. Another box of crowns. So I've done almost all of the map, and it's making a kind of heart-shaped image. And we're using all the keys. Oh, that explains everything. So he left the sink running, and that's why the basement is flooded. And we can't do anything to turn it off. Alright. We kind of breezed through this level. We are just going through the same bosses over and over again. Ah, we meet again. This is Lay Bialdo. Yep. And now for my revenge. This will be our final battle. Not necessarily because I will win, but because my contract is running out, sure. But such disregard for my grim and serious guest quest of vengeance. Is that a G or a Q? That looks like a G to me. If you're trying to look serious, maybe you should do something about the bird robot. Now, Tippsie, let's not make fun of Duck Lord over there. Strumpfria Smilfinkar. I told you, it's the uniform. Iron Claw, go. Alright, so compared to the extra level, this guy's not anywhere that hard. I just gotta kind of aim towards him. Although he does seem to have a bit of a silence attack, which seems to be a bit of a problem. So, and his laser attack doesn't seem to be as useful. But yeah, even with slight struggle there, we still had 2 1/4 health. Now we have the 5th piece of the raft. And we're done with that dungeon. It just takes us completely out of there. So now they want us to go do the other dungeon. Like, just take a look at how much we have done compared to how much we haven't done. Like, the map is fairly full of things. It's just that the things in them are not particularly good or long. Like, many of the items we see on the map are just dungeons to small single rooms. I think our best bet is probably just to go to the warp zone, because we would just play out of order otherwise. Let's see. Although, see, there's that X to the middle there. So if we try to see what that X is. Yeah, let's just see. Yeah, there's 2 X's of things I don't think I can do. So I do think just want to move the story forward. Alright, so here we go. An easy trek, since we already knew where we are. And this is going to be the Dark Dungeon, which putting one gimmick dungeon of a water level right next to another gimmick dungeon of a dark level is probably not ideal. Let's see, we've got one key and then several things. Alright, let's see. Open that door up. It really feels like we're just doing the same gimmick over and over again, however. I don't know how we aren't. It's dark and that's new, but the vast majority of the challenge of this game has been just around don't fall to your death. And I assume that this is going to be some weird remind all staffs that wobbly monsters can't be hurt. We must find a way to freeze them solid. Well, I won't be able to do this puzzle unless I get that freezing ability. So this, if somehow the freezing ability is not in this level, then I've really messed up. Remind all staff that frozen blocks will slide over spikes. Thanks for that. So, what's the solution to this puzzle? Because clearly there's some way to turn these kind of blocks into frozen blocks at some point. Or just create frozen blocks out of water or something else. Let's see. Sliding this direction. I could slide it this direction or that direction. Like that. Sure. And then I could, I guess, slide it down this way. And then I guess I could push it that way. And then push that way. And that opens this path. So we'll just go see what this happens. Keep mining, ignore the screams. And those seem to be particularly weak enemies now. Whereas they didn't feel like they were weak enemies before. I just don't want to waste any of these extra keys. So let's not try to do anything until we actually have a solution. Now what's the trick to get up here? If I pushed something here, I couldn't really push it back up. I could, certainly. But would that help anything? So if I did this, and did that, and then 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 did that, and did that. What was the point of all of that? Hmm. There may just not be really a way to open this, or it may just be going over my head. Because you can do things like that, certainly. Push that way, push that direction. Doesn't help anything. You know what we should do is we should probably just continue playing around. Get a key and look around. Moving platforms still. Right. These are still fairly easy to do as long as you have the grenade, the TNT. If you don't have the TNT, a little bit more difficult to do. I don't know if these are doing any damage at all. Could probably derail somebody. I guess that is the solution to that. That was a lot of damage I just took. It does just feel, if I eat some of them, I didn't feel them staring at me. I'd eat some of them if I didn't feel they were staring at me. First try. These platforms are not really offering any real challenge. And those must be the things that have to be frozen. Things that would be like the shield eaters in Zelda. Except for the fact, beware of loose rocks. So we've got something else over here. You don't even have to press anything at the moment, you can just wait. A box of crowns. I'm getting stuff. I can't deny that. I'd say the silver on these railroad tracks are a little too shiny, considering how everything else in this game is fairly not shiny in the way it's being depicted. I think we already walked around through this area. Yeah, and there was a shortcut. Probably a fairly pointless shortcut, but shortcut nonetheless. Yeah, we'll have no way of breaking through that doorway if we can't. If we don't develop some new thing. New ability. Yeah, but I definitely feel very passive, very just blasé, for lack of a better term, about playing this game at this point. It's just, it's something we've seen before, definitely seen it before, where they're not really doing anything new or unique. They're putting a different art style on it, but it does definitely feel like there was budgetary issues or delivering issues, one or the other, because this is a game that feels like it should have been several steps higher in quality than what we're actually seeing. Let's see, we need all 4 of these to actually work, so something like that is probably right. Something like that is probably right. Let's double check to make sure all of these have to actually be activated and there isn't a trick that's going on. So yeah, a little complicated, but not too hard to figure out. Seems to be about the level that all these puzzles are normally at. And I feel like it would be very strange if we did this whole level and we don't get attacked by some kind of giant gorilla creature. And I feel like it's very strange that we have yet to really see any real new characters of any interest. The banana veins are still rich enough to be worth it. With the magic ring we found in this chest, we can fend off those monsters and continue digging. So this has to be the thing. Right. We've got the ice ring. Chills enemies and creates reflective magical blocks. Right. So those are reflective and pushable. And so all of a sudden they also get, so you only can create one, which is good to know, but all of a sudden that does make these way easier. But I'll have to remember what thing to use. You have to attack them straight on. So you have to be fairly careful about it. Let's see. Can we go down that way? No. Do we want to go up this direction to the secret area? Probably yes. Note to self, there are more types of items on the island than the ones found in the dungeons. I don't really want to know. Okay. So there definitely have been some places that, let's see. These guys will die with the blocks. So no more solving puzzles, which will give it, I guess, a little bit of the college try, but not much. We'll give it a thought, and that's about as much as I'm willing to do. Interesting. I knocked myself back. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to, I guess, push. They're not pushable though. Oh, they are pushable. But I can only put one on the field at a time. So I'd have to basically put one here, do this, and then that won't work. Yeah, I don't have enough time to do anything here. Let's see. If I put that down and then freeze it, then what? Just delays it. Doesn't do anything else. I'd say in the lower right corner, by the way, I don't enjoy the way that's depicted. It probably takes up a little less space on the heads-up display, and let's face it, this heads-up display is a nightmare. Oh wait, this is actually easier than it looks, isn't it? Yeah, it's way easier than it looks. There's just a path here. So okay. This might reset everything. Reset. It probably won't reset anything, actually. It'll probably just be a pain in the butt to get to. Actually, that wasn't too bad, was it? So we have very slow attack with the freeze attacks, but we won't be using that much anyways, so we should be fine. Okay. That's how you kill that guy. And greens are obviously easier to kill than the reds. Feels like they shouldn't take this many hits though. Does just seem arbitrarily difficult. And this, yep. Ice cube blocks can be cut diagonally, which is nice, but I don't know what that solves. Ice ring blocks can be cut diagonally. Sure. I don't see what the point here is. If I put a block here, if I hit one here, it'll bounce me back in that direction. Is there any way that this diagonal would be useful? And it seems like to me the cut on them is fairly limited. So like if I hit that and it gets all the way over there, that doesn't really do anything for us. I would need this to do something. You can walk right against the spikes, which is slightly helpful. But you just don't have enough space. And you can't turn these blocks into ice. I thought that might be the thing we were gonna do, but that clearly isn't the case either. If I did that, then made another one, that doesn't really do anything either. I could, you think maybe there's a little bit more space here. Honestly, I don't think it would actually help anyways, because let's see, if we were to do that and then bounce it back, probably wouldn't work. So am I supposed to be doing something like this? Putting it where these suspicious rocks are, and then pushing it in some weird way? Interesting. I am. So I'm supposed to take it out and then push it like that. Interesting. That's not something I would have thought of. Stuck. Tries ice ring again. That was easy. And that was easy. Placing volcanoes into mine carts is not an amusing prank. Failure to cease with this activity result in further angry notes. Alright. Looks like we've done everything there is to do. So we haven't ruined our experience by skipping out on things, although it is fairly obvious that some of this is just gonna stop being a thing. Like, some of these puzzles are gonna get more simplistic. Here we have Lenny. Hi. You again. Didn't we fight you already? Yeah. There are only 3 boss robots to go around. Me, Cybergirl, and Crystal Dude got 1 each. Saves on repairs. You mean development cost. So who repairs the boss robots between fights? Paxel fixes up the whole island between adventures. Of course, you're the first who's ever come here. Tippsie, we've talked about this. No digging for spoilers. Pretty sure it's not a spoiler that Paxel is the final boss. Hey. Also, I'll be doing my job and wipe the floor with you now. Alright, is there any... Like, she has this kind of sucking in attack, which is going to make her super easy to defeat. Like, as long as I don't take too many hits. All I have to do is drop the dynamite which is, even at level 2, still doing enough of a damage compared to anything else that it's very viable. 2.5 hearts. Not even really trying. You've got the 6th piece of the raft. Collect 8 in total to make a full raft. Alright. So where does it want us to go now? To the ice area. And that's not the plan. Not one bit. What we want to do is let's take a side puzzle section, because we've been breezing through a lot of this. And while there are a couple of sections still out there. Now, what is an interesting question to ask ourselves is, what happens when we don't have... Let's see. So we can now do that puzzle. Interesting. Still don't really have a way to get through all of this. I still don't think we have a way to get through any of this. There's just something I don't understand. Because this guy doesn't move. One, two, three. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that one seems a little bit slower. Hit there, roll there, roll there. Either this puzzle is really really just about speed, or there's still some upgrade to the dynamite that we must have to unlock, because this still doesn't make sense. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't sound like, to me, I have the audio pretty low, but it doesn't sound like they're making different sounds. Sheet of musical notes. A sheet of musical notes. Is there possibly something in the gameplay or the audio that would help me with this. Or maybe we are supposed to find something that is a sheet of musical notes in game. Yeah, odd that we can't figure that out. We could do 2 of those. Let's see if we can do this puzzle. Bottomless tower. This is only the ice blocks and the stick are needed in this area. And this is just to get cards. So I know what to do, I just have to get out of the way so I can do it. Although, maybe I don't know what to do. Maybe I can't do these yet. See, because it feels like they'd want me to do something like that. But that wouldn't work. And hitting knees, or freezing knees, doesn't work either. I could potentially cheat my way through parts of this dungeon and try and get cards, but if I can't do it legitimately, I can't do it legitimately. So, undoubtedly, there is something more to this. That being said, let's see. We know that the red dungeon to the left is a boss fight that was just a little too hard for us. There's a green marker that we probably could do in the top middle, and we probably should go and change outfits again. Then there's a green X just to the right of where we are. Should probably get that first. Let's go ahead and do this. Refill health. Let's see, where is it? There's something over here. Here it is. This so I'm gonna have to try some rolling abilities. Seems like this doesn't want to fall. Down, 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 down. Come on, there's gotta be something else to this than just timing. We're getting this God Ray on the screen that I have not really seen anywhere else. Is there supposed to be something like else here? Let's see if maybe we need a little bit more. Because clearly I'm supposed to be able to do this, and yet it doesn't want to work. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Why does it not want to work? I can make it wobble one way, I can make it wobble the other way. I can even make it wobble this way. But unless there was some trick here, I don't know why this would take so many attempts and still fail. It's rather ridiculous. It does definitely imply that there's more game to be seen. More game than probably is even welcome, if we're just gonna be honest. And I just needed to go over here to change outfits. Let's see what else, what new do we have? Here you have something where you dress up kind of like a ninja. Yeah, there's 2 more outfits, and looks like we may have missed one. Maybe these outfits mean something in the longer run. Let's see, back. The game's ever so slightly laggy, I would say, when it loads. Alright. Alright. And the grass is in the way, so it's not doing anything. So I don't know how to get up to this area. Unless there's just a way around here. We'll go a little long. Honestly, I think the day-night rain sequence stuff is all a little overplayed nowadays. It probably would have been impressive many years ago, but at this point you might as well just had it be sunny 24/7, or have it change the night when you thematically, storyline wise, wanted to change the night, or have it change to a rainy section if you thematically. See, yeah, this joke is used twice. It's a different joke, but it's the same idea. Interesting. How am I supposed to break this? This does just look like it's forced closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something in this general area that makes sense. Some kind of cave that opens up. Something that would open up that cave. Alright. So we found something. Another lockpick. Fairly useless. But that wasn't the secret that's being marked. Here, let's zoom in. We are here. The secret that is marked is to the left and over here. We have this barrel. It seems like the secret is the barrel. Seems like unless we're supposed to roll into the barrel, which doesn't seem to do anything. Or freeze the barrel. Or push the barrel. Oh, the barrel might be explosive. But if that was the case, why hasn't it exploded yet? No, that can't be it. Just stand here. That's pretty much all we can do is just stand. Okay. You can't move the map around to zoom into other areas. So we have, besides this green X, we have 2 other green X's. We have 2 other temples. We have a couple other things we can do. We have 2 or maybe 3 or 4 extra final boss dungeons that I'm not sure if we really have to do that before we beat the whole game. It seems like we have, by the looks of it, a 9 quarter hearts still to collect, and that'll be something, certainly. But otherwise, it does kind of seem like we are fairly done with the game. I can't even think what would possibly be the secret there. as far as loot, that would be our only other indicator. So we'll probably need a level 3 of this, which at some point I imagine level 2 will let us create two ice blocks, which makes everything easier and makes puzzle solutions more complicated if we actually ever need to use that. And then we'll probably get a level 3 dynamite where we can use 2 dynamites. At least that's my guess. And maybe get a level 2 of that. I don't know if we get... We're obviously going to get something here, but I don't know if we're going to get anything more than a level 2 of whatever that is. Or level 2... like level 2 tome gives you a 1 in 2 chance, so that's 50% to block. I doubt that goes up to a 100% chance to block all negative statuses, because that'd be a little bit too much. Still not really sure what this ability would get, and we haven't gotten any more cards, and we won't get any more cards at all until we do the puzzle levels. So yeah, game seems to be getting just ever increasingly grindy and slow, and I guess I just need to run through the main story and finish it. There's not a lot of extra stuff to do, or when there is extra stuff to do, it's fairly short and to the point. Bad at side quests, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. This game is really, really bad at side quests. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.